Hello again. We are going to do some gerund phrases. Woohoo! Just a heads up, gerund phrases can be a little bit confusing because they actually have a lot in common with participle phrases, but they're not the same thing at all. So mentally prepare yourself for thinking hard. Okay, so gerund is also a verbal. It has the qualities of a verb. There we go. Yay, verbals. But it also has the qualities of a noun. So this is where they're different. Gerunds and participles can look the same, but they do different jobs. And a participle acts like an adjective, while a gerund acts like a noun. I want you to say that in your head right now. A gerund acts like a noun. A gerund acts like a noun, right? Looks like a verb, acts like a noun. So again, gerund, verb acting as a noun. It ends in ing, only ing, ing. There's no T, there's no ed, we don't have any past tense action happening here. Gerunds end in ing. Cool? It can act as the subject complement, the direct object, the indirect object, or the object of a preposition. Whew, it has lots of different jobs. Here's the thing. If it's usually a noun and there's a word with ing in it, it is a gerund, right? So the subject of a sentence has to be a noun, right? It can be a person, a place, a thing, an idea. Well, if the subject of the sentence ends in ing, it is a gerund. So here we go. Running is my gerund, right? Because here it's acting as the subject. My handwriting's kind of goofy here, guys. Sorry. Running is one of the best ways to relieve stress. Right? What is? Running is. It's the subject. It's the one doing the action. It is the one in a state of being at the moment. Now a gerund phrase, again, we've heard this before, right? It's the gerund plus the modifiers. Pretty simple. So here I have singing softly to the radio helps some people focus while they drive. Singing is my gerund. Now look, if I take out all these other words, right? Singing helps, subject, verb. Very simple, right? All of these words in between, singing softly to the radio, this describes the singing. So this all together makes up the gerund phrase. And in this case, again, it's acting as the subject. Yay. Sometimes the only solution for gum in your hair is getting it all cut off. So if you can find the word with ing in it, you can find the gerund. Yay! Here's the gerund. Getting. So the solution is getting. That's what makes it the subject complement, right? But all of this works together, getting it all cut off. All of these words are telling you more about this particular piece, the getting part, right? We could say having there too, and it would still work the same way. Finishing your work on time requires planning wisely. Now this one's a double whammy. There are two gerunds in here, right? Finishing and planning. One of them is the subject and one of them is the object. Again, if I can find the verb and boil this down to just the gerunds and the verbs, it's a lot easier to understand. So finishing requires planning. That's true, right? Doesn't give me a whole lot of details. So when I use a gerund phrase, I can really make it clearer. So finishing your work on time requires planning wisely. Subject here, verb here, object here. Some students devote all of their spare time to improving their call of duty skills. Now, here's my gerund, improving, right? And it comes after to, which is a preposition. It shows a relationship, right? There we go. What are they improving? We could just say some students devote all of their spare time to improving. That would be really lovely. I hope you all spend your spare time improving. Improving Call of Duty skills, maybe not quite as useful as just improving in general. Not really sure. But this is acting as the object of a preposition, right? You remember learning objects of prepositions last year. Because we have students as our subject and devote as our verb, right? But this preposition here is what shows us that the gerund is acting as the object of the preposition. Okay, so now we're to the hard part. This is the part where you actually have to write some. So the key thing to remember is it's a verb, you add ing to it, and it acts like a noun, right? So in the example, it has a slash and then is. Well, clearly the gerund has to be the subject of the sentence. Okay? So, you can see what I did here. Weaving, here's weaving, yay, weaving, is the subject. It's the gerund. It has the ing, it's a verb, and it's what is, right? So weaving is, here's my verb and here's my subject. I gave it some modifiers because I'm supposed to write a gerund phrase. So weaving baskets underwater is my first love. I know you all love weaving baskets underwater as well. It's a great pastime. You are going to add to these sentences. The most exciting activity for a wombat is, make sure you write a gerund phrase. Month-long trips require, again, make sure you write a gerund phrase. Blank can be a huge problem when you ride your bike to school. All right, I know you're going to do an amazing job on these. Make sure you don't write participles. That's the hardest part. If you add extra subjects, so if you put a participle, comma, subject, you've written a participle, not a gerund, right? So double check yourself. Make sure you didn't put in adjectives, you put in nouns. Good luck.